The body makes a simple promise each night to rest, to enter a state of deep, restorative stillness where healing happens in the quiet. But what happens when that promise is broken, night after night? For so many seniors I speak with, the silence of 300 AM is no longer peaceful. It's punctuated by a familiar, frustrating journey to the bathroom. You're not waking from a nightmare or a sudden pain. You're being summoned by your own body, pulled from the sleep you desperately need. This isn't just an interruption. It's a thief that steals the energy from your mornings, leaving behind a fog that won't lift and a heaviness in your bones. Many of you have been told, or have told yourselves, this is just what getting older feels like. I'm here to challenge that. What if your body isn't failing you? What if it's simply sending you a very clear memo? One that asks for a change in scheduling, not a surrender to age. The most powerful lever we can pull to fix this has nothing to do with medicine. It's about water. Not how much you drink, but when you drink it. I've met countless elders who are diligent about hydration, carrying a water bottle all day. They believe they are doing the right thing. And they are, partly. But the body is not just a tank to be filled. It's a sophisticated factory with a day shift and a night shift. After age 60, this distinction becomes critical. You go to bed expecting the factory to shut down for maintenance. But just an hour or two later, an alarm sounds from the factory floor. The trip to the bathroom becomes a routine you never asked for. This isn't a sign of breakdown. It's a management issue. And once we understand the workflow, we can restore order. Let me be direct. As we age, our body's production of a crucial hormone, vasopressin, declines. Think of vasopressin as the night shift supervisor for your body's water processing plant, the kidneys. In your youth, this supervisor was strict, telling the kidneys to slow way down after dark. This protected your sleep. But now, with the supervisor less present, the kidneys keep working at nearly their daytime pace. They don't get the memo to rest. So, fluid is processed much faster than it should be at night. The bladder, which is also less patient than it used to be, feeling full, with maybe 150 mmol instead of the 400 mm it once held, sends out an urgent signal far too early. This isn't your fault. It's biology. But biology can be worked with. Knowledge is your new supervisor. I remember a gentleman named Arthur, a retired watchmaker. He was 73, a man whose entire life was built on precision and timing. Yet, he was waking up 3 times a night, every night. His doctor had found nothing medically wrong. "It's my body's clock," he'd say with a sad smile. "It's broken." He was meticulous about drinking 2 liters of water a day, but drank it steadily from morning until bedtime. We made one simple adjustment. We didn't change the amount, we changed the schedule. He started drinking his water primarily between waking up and 400 p.m. After 600 p.m., he'd have only tiny sips if he was truly thirsty. In less than 2 weeks, for the first time in a decade, he slept a full 7 hours. His clock wasn't broken. It just needed to be set correctly. Your body isn't fighting you. It's asking for a better schedule. The single biggest mistake is the evening flood. A glass of water with dinner, a large mug of herbal tea while reading, a bowl of soup right before bed. These are often seen as comforting, healthy rituals. But to your body after 700 p.m., it's like a surprise delivery arriving at the factory just as the night shift is trying to clean up and go quiet. The machines have to start up all over again. The kidneys get back to work, the bladder starts filling up, and just as your brain is craving deep, restorative sleep, the internal alarm goes off. This pattern is insidious because it feels so normal. But you have the power to write a new normal. Think of your daily water intake like your main meal of the day. You wouldn't eat your largest meal right before sleeping, would you? Do the same with water. The golden window for hydration is during the day shift from sunrise until mid-afternoon. This is when your metabolism is high, your heart is pumping strongly, and your kidneys are at peak efficiency. This is the time to drink freely, allowing your body to process and use the water effectively. As the sun begins to set, the body's systems are preparing for shutdown. Your drinking should reflect that. After 600 or 700 p.m., your water intake should be minimal. Continuing to drink heavily is like keeping the factory lights blazing and the machinery running when the entire system is trying to power down for the night. This isn't a radical diet. It's a simple, profound alignment with your body's natural rhythm. It is a discipline of kindness. If you find yourself waking up exhausted every morning, don't ask what part of you is broken. Ask what part of your schedule is. Then, gently, confidently change it. Beyond water, there's another culprit: the evening comfort ritual. That cup of ginger tea, that bowl of clear broth, they feel like a warm hug, a signal to your nervous system to relax. But here's the hard truth: they are still liquid. And that liquid, consumed after dark, doesn't just vanish. It quietly makes its way to the bladder, becoming a late night guest that overstays its welcome. At 200 a.m., as you stare at the ceiling, you realize that comforting drink has cost you your rest. This was exactly the story of a woman I met named Clara, age 75. Her nightly ritual was a small bowl of lentil soup at 900 p.m. "It settles my stomach," she insisted. But it also woke her up, without fail. At 1:30 a.m., the urge was relentless. She thought it was just her age. I suggested one small experiment: have her soup at 600 p.m. with her light dinner and drink nothing after 700. A week later, she told me, "I don't know how to explain it. It's like the night is quiet again inside me." It wasn't the soup that was the problem. It was the timing. These nightly interruptions aren't a life sentence. They are feedback. They are your body's polite request for better scheduling. Then there's the just in case bathroom trip right before climbing into bed. It seems so logical, but this habit is a form of bladder mismanagement. When you empty it when it isn't full, you are conditioning it to be overly sensitive. You're teaching it to cry wolf. Over time, your bladder learns to send the "I'm full" signal when it's only a third full. The result: you wake up in the middle of the night, not because your bladder is about to burst, but because you've trained it to have anxiety. The belief that you must go becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that sabotages your sleep. There's also the all or nothing approach to hydration. Many seniors I meet barely drink all morning, then realize around 500 p.m. that they're dehydrated and try to catch up by chugging 2 or 3 glasses. Your body doesn't work that way. It's a living garden, not a bucket. It needs a steady, gentle watering during the day, not a flash flood at dusk. The kidneys are most prepared to handle fluid when you are active and upright. Front loading your hydration, getting most of your water in between, say 700 a.m. and 400 p.m., allows your body to do its job efficiently. This leaves your evenings for winding down, not for a frantic, last-minute processing job. After 400 or 500 p.m., your mindset should shift from hydration to conservation. Drink only for true thirst and in small sips. And please consider the temperature. Many people love ice-cold water, but cold liquid, especially in the evening, is a shock to the system. It can irritate the bladder lining and agitate the nerves. Room temperature or warm water is far kinder. It doesn't jolt the body, it harmonizes with it. You see, this isn't about creating a list of forbidden things. It's about building a relationship with your body. When people tell me they feel hopeless about their sleep, I tell them, no one ever taught you the rules for living in a 60-plus-year-old body. But your body is teaching you now. It sends memos, not shouts. It offers feedback, not punishment. And when you listen and respond, it remembers. A sip taken earlier, a cup of tea moved to sunset, a decision to trust your bladder. These are not sacrifices. They are acts of deep respect. They are how you reclaim the night and return it to its sacred purpose. A time for profound, uninterrupted healing. Let your evening be a time of gentle descent into peace. There is a specific window of time, a sacred transition that your body honors every single day. It's between 500 p.m. and 700 p.m. This is when the light outside fades and your internal systems begin their slow, deliberate preparation for rest. This is your cue. During these 2 hours, you must consciously begin to taper your fluid intake. It's not a ban on water, it's a respect for timing. After 7:30 p.m., the rule should be firm: unless your doctor says otherwise, no more than about 150 ml, which is less than a small teacup. This one discipline can feel minor, but it is one of the most powerful acts of alignment you can perform for your body. A common question is, but I have to take my medication at night. Of course. For pills for blood pressure or other conditions, you must use water. But be precise. Use only the small amount of water necessary to swallow the pill. If the medicine makes you thirsty, fight the impulse to drink a full glass. Instead, try taking just a spoonful of water at a time, letting it absorb slowly. It's like gentle rain, not a fire hose. Then there is that other well-intentioned but misguided habit, the preemptive. Drink before bed, thinking it will prevent you from waking up thirsty later. This is a myth. It does the opposite, guaranteeing a disruption by loading the bladder at the worst possible time. A better ritual is this: before you lie down, sit on the edge of your bed for just 5 minutes. Do nothing. Simply breathe. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your lower belly. Feel the entire system settle. This simple act of stillness calms the nervous system and in turn quiets the bladder's anxious signals. If you like, you can gently rub your lower abdomen in a circle. It's a non-verbal message to your body. We are safe. It is time for rest. I think of a man named Emile, a 70-year-old who was incredibly frustrated. He was disciplined, yet he woke up 3 times a night like clockwork. He confessed he was drinking nearly a liter of water between 700 p.m. and 900 p.m. He called it his evening flush. But a detox is about timing, not just volume. I asked him to make one change: get 70% of his daily water in before 300 p.m. and limit his evening drink to 1 small glass around 16:30. The change wasn't overnight, but within 2 weeks he was waking only once. A month later, he slept straight through from 10:00 p.m. to 5:00 a.m. He looked renewed. I feel like my body and I are partners again, he said. The answer isn't to drink less water overall. It's to drink it earlier. Grant your organs their working hours and then let them rest with you. But water isn't the only late night intruder. The food you eat, especially food with high water content, plays a huge role. In so many cultures, a light, warm dinner is a cherished tradition. But a bowl of soup, a brothy stew, or even a simple curry, eaten late, is essentially a hidden drink. These foods release their liquid slowly, long after you've fallen asleep, creating a steady trickle into your bladder. The result is that familiar 200 a.m. awakening. What about evening beverages? That herbal tea or cup of warm milk seems harmless. But some, like green tea, are mild diuretics, meaning they actively encourage your kidneys to produce more urine. It's a cruel irony: we drink something to calm down, only to have it physically wake us up later. Even the healthiest raw foods need to be scheduled properly. A crisp cucumber salad, juicy tomato slices, or a piece of watermelon are wonderful. For lunch, eaten after sunset, their high water and acid content can overstimulate a sensitive, aging bladder. The question to ask is not, is this food healthy? But, is this food right for this time of day? Your body is not trying to punish you. It's a faithful record keeper. When we schedule our food and drink with respect for its evening rhythm, it pays us back not with problems, but with peace. Let your evenings be light. Let your sips and bites be guided by one simple principle. Will this support the stillness I seek tonight? There are moments when the body communicates through repetition, not pain. It creates a pattern, a recurring event, hoping we will finally pay attention and ask, "What are you trying to tell me?" I recall a 68-year-old man, Marcus, at a wellness retreat. He was very proud of his healthy dinner: a large, fresh salad with cucumber, tomato, and a lemon dressing, a perfect meal by most standards. But night after night, he was up twice, sometimes 3 times, heading to the bathroom. His sleep was in ruins. He was convinced it was an unsolvable problem of age. We made one tiny change. He moved his salad to his lunch meal and had lightly steamed vegetables for dinner instead. The result was stunning. Within a week, he was sleeping for 6 hours straight. No drugs, no complex therapies, just a simple scheduling adjustment. Your body doesn't need to be fought, it needs to be understood. Another enemy of nighttime peace is salt. That savory snack, those pickles, that heavily spiced curry. They are comforting in the moment, but they are a trap. Salt makes you thirsty. You inevitably drink more water after dinner to quench that thirst, maybe even another glass right before bed. This extra liquid, combined with kidneys that are already slowing down for the night, makes waking up to urinate almost a certainty. Again, this isn't about giving up the foods you love. It's about giving them their proper time and place. The same delicious meal that is a joy at noon becomes a burden at 900 p.m. Simply by shifting the timing, you transform a disruptive food into a nourishing one. When your body is allowed to rest, your mind can finally become still. And in that stillness, sleep comes back, not as something you have to chase, but as a friend who was waiting for you to be ready. People often ask for a cure for this night waking. I believe the answer is not a cure, but a return to alignment with your body's natural wisdom. Sometimes the solution starts in the morning. After 60, our circulation isn't as robust as it once was. During the day, fluid can pool in the lower legs due to gravity, often invisibly. When you lie down at night, this trapped fluid is released back into circulation. Your kidneys detect it and get to work filtering it out. This is a common, hidden cause of night waking. But you can manage this with a simple morning practice. A brief walk after you wake up, some gentle leg stretches, or even just flexing your ankles while you sit can help your body circulate and process that fluid early in the day. It doesn't have to be a workout. It just has to be a conscious start. By doing this, you give your kidneys less work to do at night, and they will thank you with uninterrupted silence. Then, there's the physical posture of sleep itself. Many elders were taught to sleep on their backs, often with high, firm pillows. But both modern medicine and ancient wisdom point to a better way: sleep on your left side. Placing a pillow between your knees can make a huge difference. This position takes pressure off your bladder, aids digestion, and can even improve circulation to the heart. It's a small change with a profound impact. Many people report fewer false alarm urges at night within just a few days of switching. And consider what you wear to bed. The old idea was that you must stay very warm, but in modern, often humid climates, heavy blankets and thick pajamas can cause you to sweat, which makes you thirsty and wakes up your kidneys. Light, breathable cotton is your friend. Let your body breathe. These aren't signs of weakness, they are acts of intelligence. Finally, if you do wake up, what you do in that first moment is critical. Don't immediately jump out of bed out of habit. Pause, sit up slowly. Take 5 deep, slow breaths. Ask your body a direct question. Is this urge real and urgent, or is it just a whisper? If it's just a whisper, try to stay put. Feel your body soften and your mind quiet down. This simple practice, over time, retrains the bladder. The nerves learn that not every little signal requires an emergency response. And this is the deepest lesson in all of this. Your body doesn't always want a reaction. Sometimes, it just wants your calm, loving attention. Listen to it with kindness. Adjust your habits with patience, and you will discover that this problem was never a problem at all. It was simply a rhythm waiting to be heard. There is an hour before the sun rises, a moment of absolute stillness. This is when the world inside you and the world outside you are both at peace. This is the time of deepest healing, when the body and mind truly rest. But for so many elders, this sacred silence is broken, not by noise from the street, but by the quiet, nagging call to get up, again and again, even for a bladder that isn't truly full. I remember a woman named Amara, 74 years old, who came to one of our retreats. She had a warm heart, but her eyes were shadowed with exhaustion. 2 times every night, she would wake up, more from a learned habit than a true physical need. Her body was stuck in a cycle of uncertainty. We made a few small, gentle changes together. She started sleeping on her left side, wore light cotton, and did 5 minutes of slow breathing before bed. The results were almost immediate. A few mornings later, she looked at me, her eyes bright. "It's like my body is my friend again," she said. "This is my deepest wish for you, dear elder. Restful sleep is not a prize to be won. It is your fundamental right. Your body has not forgotten how to sleep. It just needs you to create the right conditions for it. You don't have to declare war on your age. You just have to listen to your body with respect and adjust your schedule with care. When you do this, the body's response isn't a loud victory cry. It's a quiet thank you, delivered in the form of deep, continuous sleep. But to get there, we have to dismantle a few common myths. These are old beliefs, passed down with good intentions, but they can stand in the way of true rest. Here's the first myth: if I drink less water all day, I'll wake up less at night. This sounds logical, but it backfires. When you dehydrate yourself during the day, your urine becomes more concentrated, which can actually irritate the bladder. Furthermore, the body may try to play catch up at night. The real key is not how much you drink, but when. The solution is to drink generously between morning and mid-afternoon, giving your kidneys the chance to do their work during their business hours. Here's another one. It's just my prostate. For men, prostate health is certainly a factor, but it's rarely the whole story. Women suffer from this issue just as much, if not more. Blaming the prostate alone can make you overlook the simple, powerful changes in fluid timing, diet, and habits that bring relief. The smarter path is to treat the body as a whole system. Go to the bathroom only when the urge is genuine. And finally, there's the belief that a big cup of warm water at 900 p.m. is good for you. While warmth is nice, any liquid at that hour is a burden on your nighttime system. If you love a warm drink, simply have it earlier, around 600 or 6:30 p.m. This way, you get the comfort without the consequence. These are not attacks on tradition. They are modern refinements that honor your body's new needs. I'm thinking of another woman I worked with, Ila, who was 70. She woke up 3 times a night like clockwork. She had resigned herself to it, believing it was her fate. She made just one change, the one we've discussed. She loaded her water intake and stopped all drinks after 7:30 p.m. After just 1 week, she slept for 7 hours without waking. I had no idea my body could still feel this good, she told me after a morning meditation. So I say this to you: your body is not failing. It has not quit. It is waiting. It is waiting for rhythm. It is waiting for you to be a consistent and kind partner. True healing doesn't always come from more effort. It often comes from more awareness. Not in what you drink, but when. Not in one big heroic act, but in small, gentle, repeated choices. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, place a hand over your lower belly and ask it a question. Tonight, will my habits support your rest, or will they interrupt it? Then just listen. The answer has been there all along, as quiet as the night itself, just waiting for you to hear it. Your body has not forgotten. It knows the path back to rest, to healing, to equilibrium. All it asks for is a small gesture of partnership, offered with patience and awareness. A change in schedule, a softening of a habit, a choice to listen instead of to force. If anything you've heard today sparked a small light of recognition in you, a personal story, a familiar frustration, a sense of readiness, that is all that matters. That is where change begins. And know that you are not on this journey by yourself. In this very moment, someone else is sitting with these same questions, and they might take comfort in knowing you are considering them too. This is the power of a shared path. We don't need grand pronouncements. A single insight, shared with care, can travel through the silence and bring warmth to another. If you have a friend or a loved one who carries fatigue in their eyes from restless nights, share this understanding with them. You would be offering them more than a tip. You would be offering them the possibility of peace. Until we meet again, may your nights be as still as the space between two thoughts, and your mornings as clear as the first light on water. Walk in gentleness, rest in depth, and know that you are not alone.